So let's assume, as you've said, and I completely agree, gold is getting diluted. We said threefold over the course of 100 years. Land and buildings are being taxed and evaporated, if you would, by taxation. So if people start realizing Bitcoin as a strong store of value that isn't dissipating, isn't being taxed, what is you walk through some of the numbers. If it takes a percentage of the store of value of land or gold and so forth, what could be the price of Bitcoin in the future? Not making any guarantees, but
when you think of it as digital gold, then it should replace gold. Gold's worth $10 trillion, and that takes Bitcoin to 500,000. But when you think of it as digital property, like replacing buildings and land and other long storeholds of wealth, then, you're up by a factor of 20 or 30 from there. I mean, it should not be, it's much better than digital gold because I can move Bitcoin at the speed of light and I can program it to 1 million transactions an hour on an iPhone or a website. You can't do that with gold. So it's got more utility than gold, which means it's probably worth 20 or 30 trillion if it just replaces the gold. But instead of buying the Fontainebleau Hotel, which is a nice hotel, worth whatever billions in Miami Beach, instead of buying the equivalent amount of Bitcoin, if you bought the Bitcoin, you can move that to any city in the world every hour of the day, compose it, decompose it, recompose it, dematerialize it. And, when there's a nasty tax on it, you can just move yourself to a different jurisdiction where there's a better tax treatment. And if you think of it like that, then it's a multi-$100 trillion asset class. So at 10 trillion, it's 500,000. At 100 trillion, it's 5 million. So I think, we're marching toward $10 trillion, which is, $10 million a coin, which is why Bitcoin enthusiasts see it's just a very great long-term store of value. And it's a great investment idea because it meets the needs of 8 billion people. The average person, the middle-class person that drives an Uber or works as a dentist, they can't buy $387 worth of a building in New York City every month as their savings plan, right? A person in Africa can't buy a small share of a nice piece of property. They can't buy $127 worth of a Picasso painting. So Bitcoin offers property rights at any scale, any amount of money, anybody in the world. And you don't have to worry about, will people like Picassos? Will they still want buildings in Vegas or New York? Will some politician tax it away from me? Well, can I take it through an airport? So if you're looking for an egalitarian, utilitarian way for people to save money and protect their life force or protect their economic wealth for the next 100 years, and you are looking for something that's kind of consistent with the mobile wave, Android phones, iPhones, websites, that's truly global, it's more appealing to people in Nigeria and Argentina than it is appealing to people in Manhattan.
I'm gonna get there, right? Because it really is part of creating a world of abundance. It is critically important as a means for that. Michael, I wake up every morning with you and your tweets. I enjoy your tweets. It's definitely good. I love this one from a little bit ago, and it was important and prophetic. You said, "I thought it was late." You said, "I thought I was late to Bitcoin, but apparently not."
Yeah.
And that's one of the important things that I think people need to get. It's not too late to Bitcoin, especially if we have the potential to hit 500,000, 5 million, $10 million of Bitcoin. It's still early in the deceptive phase of its growth.
I thought when Google came public, I was too late. But if you look at the really great successes of our lifetime, Peter, the digital monopolies, the Apple, the Google, the YouTube, the Facebook, these things.
The MicroStrategy.
We thought that we were late to them, but the truth is Google would have been a good idea to invest in, all the way up to like a few months ago, Like,
yeah, no, I was.
it's still getting more powerful, and you think you've fully embraced Google in the year 2018, but Google was going to get more powerful and surge. And if you thought you understood it in 2020, by 2021, it was more powerful. And the same is true with Apple. And these Apple and Google, probably more powerful than most nation states. Same with Microsoft. We thought Microsoft, we understood that one, and Microsoft got more powerful in the past 24 months.
I agree. Who would you rather go to war with as your ally? Google or Greece or Ghana or, it's like you would rather have one of these companies.